You celebrate your life. Celebrate the good and the bad, the happy, the sad, the joy and the pain, the sun and the rain. Celebrate life. Celebrate your life with love.
Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Spiritual Remedy. My name is Sunshine Daye, and I am overjoyed to hang out with you today on, December the 25th, 2023. Wow, what have you been up to, and how are you spending your day today? Please let me know in the comment section how you are spending your day today, what you get an opportunity to do today, how much you love your life today. I see a world where clean and sober people, where people who have laid down their weapons of mass distraction, people who have let go of the fear, the pain, the drugs, the alcohol, the booze, the gambling, all those things that got in the way of their living their best life. I see a world where all of us are thriving and living our best life, and that we learn how to live and live to learn, that we learn to live and we live to learn. That is why Vida Spiritual Learning Center is here, and we put on our weekly show. Hey, David. What's up, Dave? How are you? I'm so glad to have you with us here on this Monday morning. Thank you. What a better way to celebrate than receiving a Vida Spiritual Remedy. Absolutely. Thank you so very much for being here with us. I so appreciate you being here with us today. So I see a world where people are living their best life and loving it, where we learn to live and we live to learn. We learn how to be fully present and fully in the moment so that we're not missing out on anything. I know, right? People have FOMO, fear of missing out. And one of the ways of not missing out is to actually learn how to be present. Learn how to be present. And I remember a cartoon in the Sunday paper one time. I think it was The Circle of Life, and it said that this moment is called is a gift. That's why they call it the present. And I so still carry that with me, that in this idea of being present, that I am in the gift of being right here with you in this moment, living my best life and loving it. So, beloveds, I want to just give a special shout out to Reverend Kevin, who's in the background, making sure that everything is happening smoothly and that we get all the tech stuff done. And this is part of our in-reach and outreach into communities, so that you know that you're being supported on your path of growth and unfoldment. I want to talk a little bit about today how the holidays impact us and how they might throw us off. I mean, I know for me, when I am in a routine, my Monday through Sunday routine, or my Sunday through Saturday routine, whichever way you see your week, I know when I'm in my routine, there's things that I do on Mondays, like the show, or things that I do on Tuesdays or Wednesdays and Thursdays. And then when I go on vacation, because it's out of the ordinary, which I think it needs to be the other way around, but that's a whole nother talk show, right? What I think needs to happen, here's my thing. What I think needs to happen is that we need to be at ease more, and then that work is the out of the ordinary kind of thing. But anyway, I digress. when I go on vacation or when there's a holiday and we're off of work and we're out of our routine, sometimes being outside of our routine really throws us for a loop. And all of a sudden, other things and things that we're not necessarily used to doing can really give us that sense of there's something wrong here. There's something happening. Hey there, Chinsia. So glad that you joined us this morning live. I so appreciate having you here with us. So here's the deal is that because today, like, I don't have my regular Monday things to do, these things can actually become a trigger. I wonder if for anyone, the holidays are a trigger, especially for those people who are also not eating sugar, not eating wheat, not eating grains, right? Who are gluten-free, people who don't drink. Hey Jason, are y'all finding that it's harder because it's a holiday that people are not as supportive of you during the holidays, when it's kind of nice to have the regular support that you usually have? I think that it gets to be a trigger for a lot of people. I'll share with you my story. In January, I'll be celebrating 37 years, one day at a time, of sobriety. And I remember trying to get sober, and I was sober just before the holidays. And of course, I wanted to just kind of have a quote unquote normal life, right? And my normal life is being with people, going to these holiday parties, being around for New Year's and doing things like that. And here's the opportunity for us. I'm texting somebody that I get to be on right now. When I was at these parties trying to be regular, trying to, like, be with people, people were putting drinks in my face, or, like, hey, how about this? Or how about that? And those, those opportunities were triggers. I don't know if they're triggers for you, whether you're abstaining from sugar or certain foods or, drugs or alcohol. Yeah. What do you do? What do you do when you're triggered? What do you do when you are trying to live a particular life and life around you, the world of effects, is doing something different? I want to know, have you ever had that experience? Because I'll tell you something, for me, I ended up giving in to the temptation. And it wasn't until I had some foundational structure and that I was far enough away from the alcohol. And so now what happens is that what used to be a trigger then is no longer a trigger now. And why is that? What is it about the triggers of then and the triggers of now that are different? And is it even really a trigger? So I tend to think that, what are some of your triggers? Go ahead and type it into the chat right now, and let me know what some of your triggers are. Some of the things that may trigger you. So I have a little farter in which to talk to. But here's the thing, is for me, triggers are wounded places. those are the places that we need to have addressed, and that we get to heal from or have a revelation, right? Ernest Holmes says that there's nothing that needs to be healed. There's only the goodness and the greatness that gets to be revealed. And people trying to gaslight. That could be a trigger. Thank you, Chintzia. And then Jason says, family and friends and work can be a trigger. The things that people say can be a trigger. And I wonder what that message is for you. Like for me, seeing people with drinks and alcohol at a holiday party, for me, I was triggered. It was like, I want that. And the bottom line was, I didn't want that. I wanted to feel the joy that I saw, or the happiness, or the levity, or the lightness that people were experiencing. They were having fun. Now, nobody there was like super drunk or whatever. That's not who I am though, right? But what I wanted was, I wanted the opportunity to feel the joy, to feel like I was a part of, and that's what it appeared like to me. But for me, my method of feeling that joy is not through the alcohol. That was what I had to learn. And of course, my sobriety date now is January the 10th. And I get to celebrate my recovery, but those triggers, those things that are like in my face are signs. They're like, hello, you get to heal this. You get to reveal this. You get to really look into this, and you get to uncover all of those things that no longer serve you. And for me, the booze and hanging out like that no longer served me. And through my recovery, through the healing work, through uncovering and discovering and discarding some of the things that no longer serve me, I got an opportunity to I can be around booze, I can go to a club, I can do all that kind of stuff now, and it is no longer a trigger, because that part of me has been healed. It's been revealed that that is not my way to the joy, the peace, the happiness, the fun that I'd like to have. That my joy is actually an inside deal, right? That my truth, is from within. But we don't know that until we get on a spiritual path, right, Jason? So for sure. Good morning to you, Nan. Thank you for tuning in. And then also, who's this? Michelle, Merry Christmas. Yes. This is true. I had this hat on when Michelle and I met a handful of years ago. And I only get to wear this hat during this time of year. I'm going to go a few minutes over because we're off today, and because today's a holiday. But because I really want to drive home the point that we don't have to run from triggers, holiday triggers. What we get an opportunity to do is actually look at them, look at and ask questions. Ask, like, what is it about this that is upsetting me, that is annoying me? What is it? And that it has nothing to do with them as much as it has to do with that they are pointing, or that the environment is pointing to something within us that is calling forth to be healed and revealed. Chintzia says, sobriety helped me not over respond, to my triggers. Feel the feelings and move through it. Stop things that no longer serve me. And this is exactly what I'm speaking to, is that the things that trigger us are actually a gift. Am I really saying this right now? Am I really saying this right now? Jason says, yes. Yes. Yes, I'm saying this right now. The things that trigger us are actually a gift. They give us an opportunity to wake up to something within us that is calling forth a revamp, that is calling forth to be revealed, to be healed, to be released because it no longer serves us. Nancy, you're funny. Waking up used to be a trigger. I can't run from that. No, you can't. But one of my favorite teachers, Michael Beckwith, says, and I've heard other people say this in meetings as well, is there will come a time that when you take a look at going, why is waking up a trigger? What is it for me? What's happening here? What is my soul calling for? What is my spirit calling forth instead? Right? And what is it that needs to happen when my first thoughts when I wake up are doom and gloom, and like Michael says, good God, it's morning. That because of the work that we get to do, instead we say, good morning, God. Instead of good God, it's morning. Good God, it's morning. Oh, I don't even want to wake up. That we say, good morning, God. And that is actually a call for something to be cleared, for something to be looked at, to be released, to be addressed within you. And that you have this opportunity to just love life. All right, just a couple more comments and we're gonna go. By the way, today my name is Kevin. So that's a good name. All right, being around alcohol and people consuming is a good reminder of why I no longer partake. My time is done. Yeah, thank you so much for that, Michelle. This is absolutely true. This is exactly it. What used to be a trigger for me is now a reminder, like, yo, I don't even, like, that's not even my jam anymore. That is not my jam. And how great it is for other people to do that. What happens is when and if you are ready to look at your triggers, I'm here for you. As your spiritual living coach, as your sober coach, I am here to help you with those triggers. We get an opportunity to really go deep and to really understand where they're coming from, what's happening, and we get an opportunity to clear those out so that we are indeed free from that. We remove that trigger. It is no longer a trigger, and we get an opportunity to see what else is hiding within you that is no longer serving you. Anyway, I wanted to talk about triggers today because, the holiday season can be a trigger, especially around family and friends and food and all of this. I'm so glad, Farrell, that you love this. Today, instead of it being, a 10 to 15 minute show, it's a 10 to 20 minute show. So I'm almost done here, but I absolutely love that each and every one of you are here today. And whatever and whichever holidays you begin to celebrate, whether it's been the Hanukkah that has just passed us by, whether it's today, Christmas, or tomorrow that starts the Kwanzaa season, or our New Year's celebration and winter solstice, know that you are loved and that Vida Spiritual Learning Center and I are here to support you on your spiritual path. We are here to support you awakening to your spiritual magnificence, that you are reminded that you are the unique, unrepeatable, magnificent, powerful way that spirit, that life shows up, that you are worthy, that you are amazing, that you deserve all of it, that you deserve all of the riches and the golden life that you were born into, that it is your birthright by who you are, because I know who you are. All right. With that said, I want to invite you next week, next Monday, I am doing a visioning and vision board workshop for those of you who are ready to allow spirit, to speak to you in a way that you understand, so that then you grab these visions and you grab pictures and words and you put them down on a 4x5 or on an 8.5x11, and you create your vision board. I had one friend tell me in June that that almost everything on his vision board had come true for him, and that's because I used the process of visioning first and then looking for those things that are equivalent to it and to you. So here we are, 9:20. I absolutely love you and adore you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I look forward to seeing you here next week on January 1st. And if you want more information on the Vision Board workshop, send us a gratitude and send us a text at 562-928-6460. Until next week, know that you are loved. All right, Kevin, I'm out here. I'm out for now. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to A Spiritual Remedy. Use the links in the description for prayer requests, to donate to Be That Spiritual Learning Center, and to join our mailing list. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And you can visit us at vidaslc.org for more information.